All right, Shalom, Yasha Allah, back with another GMS on the go. I'm Brother Nakam. I'm with the Raleigh, North Carolina camp. Before I go any further, I'd like to give all honor, all glory, and all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Next up, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, from teaching us this truth according to the Bible, who rule well, and a double shalom to all the Sisakim throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and righteousness and sincerity to the best of your ability. You know? And I was able to get up today through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Awashah. Yahweh, that's who the word ignorantly calls God, which his name means he is or he exists. And Yahweh Shah being the only begotten Son, that's who the word ignorantly calls Jesus, which his name means he saves or he delivers. You know? And I'm just going to get into a lesson on the famine of the word is upon us. And this is going to be a part 2. I'm going to say that again. The name of this lesson is going to be the famine of the word is upon us. And this is going to be a part 2. So without further ado, I'm going to grab my first precept, and Lord willing, the elect of the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans are edified. All right. This is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 26. And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth. That's right. And when your tongue cleaves to the roof of your mouth, you can't speak. You can't talk. So spiritually, that's what the God of the Bible, Yahweh Shemashah, is going to do unto the men of the Lord. They're going to have it to a what? Our tongue cleaves to the roof of our mouth. To where we're not going to be telling you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans, the truth according to the scriptures no more. We're not going to be telling you what you need to know. It reads on, that thou shalt be dumb. That's right. And that's not talking about like stupid or retarded. Yahweh Shema Shah is going to have it to where what? The men of the Lord are getting ready to be silent. You see, he's going to have it to where we're going to be quiet. You see? Yahweh Shema Shah, they're getting ready to pull the men of the Lord back from preaching this truth unto you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans. It reads on, and shall not be to them a reprover. That's right, because when Yahweh Shemashah pulls the men of the Lord back, starting with our apostle and other great millstone down to brothers like myself, that means what? We're not going to be reproving. We're not going to be correcting you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans with the scriptures anymore. We're not going to be telling you what you need to know. You see? We're not going to be telling you what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing according to scriptures. Why? Because if you're watching and you can see, Salaki, the feminine word is fastly approaching, and Yahweh Shemashah is slowly starting to pull his men away from 2/3 of you so-called Negro Latin Americans from receiving this truth. You see, so we're getting ready to stop being a reprover unto 2/3 of you so-called Negro Latin Americans. It reads on, for they are a rebellious house. That's right, 2/3 of you so-called Negro Latino Americans, y'all are a rebellious house. You see, y'all are wicked as all hell, man. Here it is, you got the men of the Lord in these last days coming through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemashah, trying to give you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans, the correction, and 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans won't take the correction. So that's why the God of the Bible, Yahweh Shemashah, has to put 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans to death on this side, because y'all are a rebellious house, y'all are rebellious people. You see? But the point is, Yahweh Shemashah is getting to pull his men of the Lord back from preaching this truth. We're about to stop being a reprover unto 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latin Americans, because that feminine word is fastly approaching. It's upon us as we speak. So I'm going to grab my next precept. And again, Lord willing, the elect of the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans are edified. All right. This is Amos chapter 8, verse 11. And it reads, behold, which behold means to look. The days come, says Yahweh Shema Shah. That's what the word ignorantly calls God and Jesus. That I will send a famine in the land. That's right. And what is a famine? A famine is a lack or a shortage of something. You see? So we're in that time to where there's going to be a lack, a shortage, a famine in the land. And what land is that talking about? It's talking about the land of America and all around the four corners of the earth, but mainly in this place called America. It reads on, not a famine of bread nor thirst of water. That's right. Even though there is going to be a famine of bread and thirst for water, but that's not what Amos is talking about through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemashah. So we're going to read on. But of hearing the words of Yahweh Shemashah. That's right. And again, if you're watching, if you can see what's going on, that famine of the word is fastly approaching. You see, the famine of the word is upon us to where soon come 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans, you're going to want answers. You see, you're going to want your questions answered. But guess what? You're not going to be able to get it. Why? Because of the famine of the word. Going back to Ezekiel 3:26, which I just read. Yahweh Shema Shah is going to have it to a what? The men of the Lord tongue is going to cleave to the roof of their mouth spiritually. And he's going to make it to a what? We're going to be dumb. We're going to be quiet. And we ain't going to be correcting y'all with the scriptures no more. By the way of the internet, YouTube. Because Yahweh Shema Shah is putting the spirit on Esau to shut down the internet. To where you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans can't go online to watch any more videos that start with our apostle and other great millstone down the brothers like myself have been putting up there for all these years. You see? And then not only that, it's coming to the point where the men of the Lord are not going to be on the highways and byways on the streets for too much longer either, because all hell is going to break loose. You're going to have race riots going on, martial law going on, and so forth and so on. And we're not going to be out in the midst of all that madness and chaos trying to edify, trying to teach these words to you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans when you should have been getting it. You see? So we're in that point in time of the famine of the word. And if you ain't getting this word now, you're going to be asked out, which is 2/3 of the nation of Israel, because you shouldn't have been getting this word when you had a chance. I'm going to jump down to verse 12. This is Amos chapter 8, verse 12. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh Shema Shai, and shall not find it. That's right. So when the God of the Bible, Yahweh Shema Shai, draw his men back, from teaching his word, 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans, y'all can go everywhere. Y'all can go all over trying to find a true man of the Lord who had the true understanding of scriptures to get answers. And guess what? Y'all not going to be able to find the true man of the Lord who was teaching his word. Why? Because Yahweh Shema Shai is going to already pull his men back from teaching his word. 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans, you're going to be too late. You see? And that's when y'all going to realize that this word was really special and it really meant something. You see? And again, if you're watching, you can see that famine of word is upon us. It's fastly approaching. Some brothers can't go out to the highways and byways and teach because of this coronavirus. Esau keeps taking out videos left and right. You see, that famine of word is coming fast. So knowing that this famine of word is upon us, knowing that this famine of word is coming, what should you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans be doing? You should be seeking the God of the Bible, Yahweh Shema Shai. I'm going to grab my next precept. This is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 6. Seek ye the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, while he may be found. That's right. So you so-called Negroes, Latin Americans, you need to be seeking the men of the Lord, starting with our apostle and a great millstone down to brothers like myself, while we may be found. You see? Because right about now, you can still find us. We're still on the internet as of right now. We're still out there on the highways and byways as of right now. You see? But the times that we're coming into, the times that we're approaching, soon come, you're not going to be able to find us. To where we're not going to be on the internet, on YouTube, to where we're not going to be out on the highways and byways. So this is why you so-called Negroes, Latin Americans need to be seeking the men of the Lord now while we may be found. Because soon come, we're not going to be found. It reads on. Call ye upon him while he is near. That's right. Call ye upon him. And that ain't talking about Allah. It ain't talking about Buddha. It ain't talking about the Hindu goddess Shiva. It ain't talking about Santa Maria. It ain't talking about none of these false gods who are no gods. It ain't talking about Esau, the so-called white man. You so-called Negroes, Latin Americans, need to call upon the real, true gods according to the Bible. Yahweh Shema Shai. Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai being the only begotten Son. You see, those are the names that you so-called Negroes, Latin Americans need to be called upon while they're near. And Yahweh Shema Shai, they are still near. How do you know? Because the men of the Lord are still out on the highways and byways. The men of the Lord are still throwing up videos on YouTube. You see? So you so-called Negroes, Latin Americans, you need to be seeking the men of the Lord while we may be found. While you still got time. So I'm going to grab one more precept, and then I'm going to close out. And this one's going to be in the Apocrypha, in Sirach. All right. This is Sirach, chapter 5, verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah. That's right. And when you look into that word tarrying, it means to delay or take all day. So you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans, you shouldn't be tarrying. You shouldn't be taking all day to turn back to the God of the Bible, Yahweh Shema Shah, to get your rat together. Just like you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans, don't tarry to do your wickedness, like gang banging, selling drugs, committing adultery, worshiping these false gods who are no gods, eating these abominable foods, and so forth and so on. In the same way, you shouldn't be tarrying to turn back to Yahweh Shema Shah to get right. It reads on. And putting that off from day to day. That's right. So once you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans, hear these words, hear the truth being broken down the right way by the true men of the Lord, don't put this truth off from day to day. Meaning, I hear what y'all saying, but I'm going to get out y'all next week. Next week come, you ain't nowhere to be found. 2 more weeks come, you still ain't nowhere to be found. A month later come, the truth ain't even crossed your mind. A year later come, you ain't think about the truth. You see? The famine of the word is upon us. So you so-called Negroes, Latin Americans, you don't need to be tearing to turn back to Yahweh Shema Shah, and you don't need to be putting this truth off from day to day once you hear this truth being broken down the right way. It reads on. For suddenly shall the wrath of Yahweh Shema Shah come forth. That's right. And that word suddenly, when you look into it, it means quickly, unexpected, unaware. And what's the wrath of Yahweh Shema Shah that's going to come upon 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latin Americans suddenly from tarrying, from putting this truth off from day to day? Martial law, race riots, famine of food and thirst, Leviathan, Bigfoot, these pestilence, which are diseases, 200 million ICBM missiles, which is going to destroy this place called America, the chariots with the laser beam of fire coming down from the bottom of it. You see, so forth and so on. All this is the wrath of Yahweh Shema Shah that's going to come upon 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans, you see, suddenly from tarrying, from putting this truth off from day to day. It reads on. And in thy security, thou shalt be destroyed. That's right. And your security meaning comfort. So whatever 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans find comfort in, whether it's your house, your car, your family, your clothes, your job, your gun, whatever the case may be, whatever 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans find security in, whatever you find comfort in, you're going to be destroyed in all of that. It reads on. And perish in the day of vengeance. That's right. You look into that word perish, it means to die. So 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latin Americans, because you tarried, because you put this truth off from day to day, you're going to perish. You're going to die in Yahweh Shema Shah's vengeance, their righteous judgment. You see? So you so-called Negroes, Latin Americans, don't make no tarrying to turn back to Yahweh Shema Shah. You need to be seeking Yahweh Shema Shah by his men that he has set up in these last days to feed you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans with the true understanding of these scriptures. Why? Because the famine of the word is upon us. And it's coming fast. So that's my lesson. Lord willing, you so-called Negroes, Latino Americans have been edified. Before I go any further, I'd like to give all honor, all glory, and all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Next up, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone from teaching us the truth according to the Bible who rule well. And a double shalom to all the sincere Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and righteousness and sincerity to the best of your ability. Till next time, shalom, Kwam Yasha Allah.